Alright guys, welcome back to Hundley TA. It is Thursday and we're starting off once again here with SPY. It's having a nice little bounce today. It did hold this little support it formed here and it's moving on up, so it'll be interesting to see if it can conquer this resistance zone here, because yeah, it's been trending down for the past little while, but this week's been popping off, so yeah, we'll have to continue to watch, see if it'll continue to crack at this resistance zone. Bitcoin popped off. It's doing very, very well. It's now into territories we haven't seen since June of last year. And it has cracked that 30K mark, which is pretty exciting. We do see it had a little correction back here, quickly bounced back up and hit another high, so it's really taken quite a toll on this resistance zone here. I wasn't expecting it to, extend into this zone super far this quickly. I was expecting more of like a continuous attack on it, I guess, which it kind of did down here. But anyway, we'll see if it continues to make higher highs, or if it'll come down for a little correction and bounce off the support zones down here. But yeah, it's looking good. Ethereum's doing really well as well. It's popped off, just about broken through this resistance zone here. Hasn't quite conquered this high back here in August of last year, but it is pushing on up. On the Forex, we have a lot to get through today. I did have a couple of tough losses here. NZT, this one just hung around moving sideways for the longest time, so I'm kind of glad that it is just over one way or another. But yeah, just didn't quite hold in this resistance zone here like I was hoping it would. And you can see it was a pretty strong uptrend going into this. I had tested this zone a few times prior, so I think that's why I thought it's a pretty strong resistance zone, but this uptrend prevailed through. So USD was another stop out here. I really like this zone, other than a few dropouts over here. It's tested and bounced really nicely here historically, so I just got kind of unlucky there, but it's heading down lower and lower, coming down to this low support zone here. We'll see if it finds a bounce there, but for now it's just cruising on down. GBP USD did bounce nicely off the support zone. Still only about halfway to my profit target, so we do have a ways to go, and hopefully it can get high enough into this resistance zone here to exit into my profit target. Euro USD, same kind of thing. This one did drop down to another support zone, which I'm glad I did set my stop to accommodate for that, because I thought that could happen. But it is having a nice bounce and is hopefully on its way to the take profit. And we have CAD JPY that for some reason just had to come back up and retest this zone, so it may pop over it here shortly. We'll see, but if it does, hopefully it does something like it did back here, where it just finds its way back down. Into the USD, just entered this one. This short I thought would be pretty good. I made sure to accommodate for these highs up here in case it were to make a move like that, but otherwise it's been a pretty strong resistance. Although my my take profit might be a little too greedy. It's only reached there once before, so I may have to reconsider that, but I just kind of want to wait and see if it starts heading down this direction. USD CAD. This one's getting really close to my take profit. I just hope it can get there. I've had this happen too many times where it just teases me and then bounces the other way right before my profit. So AUD JPY, I thought this could be a nice little short, as it is in a pretty steep downtrend. So if it does come up to this zone, you take a short. Put my stop just above these highs here. Didn't go too crazy with it though. I could have brought it up here potentially, but I think I wanted to have a more a conservative take profit target. And then I have gold here. It is making pretty high gains. Did crack the 2000 mark earlier once again. Broke this most recent high, so I'm hoping it'll come back down for retest, and would like to get into a long here. USD JPY is finding its way up and up. Higher lows, higher highs is what we like to see, so hopefully it just continues that pattern and can eventually break this resistance to hit my target. AUD NZD, thought this could be a decent trade. You can see this support has been bounced on several times, but once again my take profit might be a little too high. I was considering bringing my stop to match this low when it did come down and bounce this zone as support. So I think I might do that just so I can have my take profit a little closer and within range of this zone here. So AUD CAD is still trying to decide if it wants to reject at the zone or break. So we'll continue to watch that one. AUD USD. I did like to look at this short here, at this resistance zone. It's been tested there quite a few times, so I think it's a pretty good zone. But it just has to get there, which has a ways to go for now. GBP CHF just touched down into this support zone that's held up quite a few times. I mean, you do have a few anomalies back here, but since then it's been pretty tried and true. So we'll see if we can get that to go past this resistance zone. That's the trouble I had back here with this trade before. So it really struggled to break that resistance zone, but it did eventually. So Euro AUD, it's coming back down for a test at this support. I have my stop accommodating here for this low. I think it's a decent trade considering it isn't an uptrend. However, I just have to believe that it's going to make a higher high if it does bounce, because my take profit's above this high here. So you can say there's probably some sort of zone there too. So if my take profits, yeah. So if it doesn't indeed break this resistance zone here, I think it'd be a decent bet that this take profit will be filled. NZD CHF bounced off this low support zone. It's coming back up for the test. I don't think I'll take this. It is in a downtrend. However, we are testing this massive weekly zone. It's kind of been here for a while now. But yeah, it's been in a big long downtrend for decades now. Jeez. Yeah, so maybe it could finally break this low. You know, you do have this wick back here that it could, if you were to zoom in on like the 4 hour, I bet there's some more zones within this wick that you could look at. it coming back down to test, but yeah, I don't really like to mess with this weekly zone though. I don't want to really bet on a short if it's not going to. I don't know. I could go either way with it, but I think I'll kind of just sit back and watch it for now. Probably GBP NZD. This is another one I didn't really feel too good about. I don't want to take right now, but I'm gonna watch it because we have a bit of a downtrend going on here. It's coming down to test the support zone, so it is making a lower high. I don't know if I want to bet on it bouncing from here if it's in a downtrend. I could see it just falling straight through the zone, probably this one as well. I mean, that's just messy. You should get rid of that. Probably coming down to like this zone for a test. So, but I'm gonna have it flagged anyway and just watch it, see what happens. So anyways, sorry, there's a lot to get through, but thanks for bearing with me and watching, and make sure to leave a comment down below of what you guys have been trading, what you're thinking about the markets today, and hit that like and subscribe on your way out.